I heard something this morning that I had really liked, and I had Nancy write it down as we were traveling here. And you know, it's such a long distance from our house to this house. So, but believe me, there's several things I can do from our house to this house. And I'm almost giving notice. That says fall asleep at the stop sign over there at the Kennedyke Church. And forget from there to here something that I wanted to remember to not forget.
Amen.
If you have a much better memory than mine, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to forget what you want to remember to not forget. Sounds a little bit convoluted. However, what I heard and I asked Nancy to write down, God is not impressed by your church attendance.
Amen.
Some people think just because they go to church on a regular basis, they've got it made and they're in tight. They're like that with God. Well, all too many times, they're like that with God. They're the one on top calling the shots.
Yeah.
Instead of God on top calling the shots.
Amen.
And we got to remember that what we have is all because of God.
Amen.
Not because we're so smart, not because we're so brilliant, not because we wear the best clothes, the newest clothes, the neatest clothes, the least expensive clothes. Oh, I'm really close to God because I buy my stuff a couple of dollars at a thrift shop or a yard sale, and I save all that money. Well, then why don't you give it to the Lord?
Amen.
Give it to the Lord what you save. Amen?
Amen.
Give it to God's Word. Today, I want you to, if you have a pen and a piece of paper, I want you to write this number down. 3, 9, 2. 3, 9, 2. There's where we are as far as tomorrow's the 1st. First of the month. It's been now since, I don't mind how many years. 10, 12, 13 years, 14 years.
Yes.
First of every month, we send support to Kenya.
Amen.
As of right now, that's what we were short. 392. Does anybody know what that means?
$392.
There, that's it. $392. You picked right up on that, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I was afraid some might thought it was, something that we pulled out of the sky. I did ask, and I'm not going to ask for a show of hands for those of you who went through the mess to start for Good Friday.
Or not Good Friday.
Black Friday. Now, Black Friday now is spilling over into not only Saturday, but it's also spilling over into Thursday, Thanksgiving. I have asked just about a dozen people this week. The non-believers and the atheists want to do away with the word Christmas. They want to do away with the deity of Christ. Then how come they haven't touched Thanksgiving? And you would be surprised, and we discussed this last week, church. You'd be surprised the answer you get from so many people. Some were right on. Some were spot on. But others, it truly baffled. One gal who has a very good business said, that is a very good question. So then, thinking about that is a very good question, I think about, okay, we've got Black Friday. Why can't we have Black Sunday? Some people, they go, that's almost evil calling Sunday black. Well, think about this. The reason for Black Friday is what?
to get the, stores out of debt.
To get the stores out of debt. You went right to the
That's
quick.
that's the original reason.
That's the original reason. The end of, coming to the end of the year, they saw that this was, and Lincoln was involved, and Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt was involved. There were several others who were involved in Congress to get it set up for the merchants to help clear their books who are in the red. It gave them a chance the day after Thanksgiving to run these specials.
Yeah.
Now I heard, I don't remember the name, but there was one group that they refused to have what they called Black Friday sales because they lose too much money, even though it puts the numbers up. Their income, their ALCO is greater than their income.
Right.
So I got to thinking about this. I've been thinking about this. People will scramble to get in there. They stand in lines. In some cases, that it's like a mob, knock each other over, do whatever to get. Remember when, what was that little fat-faced dog? Cabby Patch dog. Adults, Miss Carol, adults, full-size adults. We're fighting over the Cabbage Patch dog. Those of you who yard sale frequently, do you once in a while see them at a yard sale now?
Yeah.
Once in a while you see, and that's how big and wonderful they are. And dear little things even had birth certificates. And they had names. Their names like Jonathan King or Kleiner. Names like Susie Rockamahoozle, whatever. And now they're in the dollar box at yard sales.
Yeah.
And I always like the thing, oh, someday they're going to be worth money. The Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
I remember, God bless Pastor Phil and his wife, was that the first time they went with us to Stephen Rubin.
Yeah.
He had this huge collection of Beanie Baby things, whatever you call them. And couldn't sell them, had to give them away.
Yeah.
There were even some people, and with each something they bought from us, they would give, especially our children, they'd give them a little beanie. They made sure that these dear little sweet little children got these dear little fluffy things. So that's how important some of these things that you stand in line for. Some folks camp out in a tent.
Yeah.
To get the hottest thing. What is the hottest thing now?
Big TVs.
Big TVs,
Cell phones.
Cell phones and iPods and all that.
cell phones, and iPods, your pod, my pod, whatever it is. You get there early, camp outside. I was really afraid that we wouldn't be able to find a parking place this morning. Because we have gifts.
Yeah.
We have gifts for people.
Yeah.
Wonderful today. Carol, when's the last time I talked to you? Week? First of the week? We talked nothing about today's service, did we? What are the names of the songs we sang this morning? Thankful songs. Blessing songs. Amen?
Amen.
We talked about the gifts of God.
Yeah.
What God has given us.
Yeah.
Amen?
Amen.
So now here we are. Let's go back to Black Friday before we move on to Black Sunday. Here we are. They're standing in line and they've saved all this money. All this money for the gifts that they believe that somebody wants. Elizabeth had a chance to spend a couple of hours a day and a half or so with her cousin, Beth and Scott's kids at their house, and she had a chance to be there. And when she got home, they went shopping the other night, right? They went shopping. And the fact that they went on Good Friday, I don't want to call it Good Friday. Black Friday. They went on Black Friday, right? And they went shopping. And so Elizabeth says that she knows, I heard her telling Linda, she says, I know what I want for Christmas now. I saw it at, see, she don't believe in Santa Claus.
No.
No, she don't believe in Santa.
It's not.
So anyhow, she says, now I know what I want for Christmas. And it's not her two front teeth, because she has two front teeth. She has more than two teeth in her front. And then I heard the other day, and honestly, I'm bringing this all together, it sounds really scattered. I heard the other day, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. No crocodiles or rhinoceros. I only want hippopotamus, and hippopotamuses want me too. Now, we've seen some hippopotamuses. We've had some hippopotamuses really, really close to us. And I wouldn't want them under the tree. Or in the bathtub at the house. I wouldn't even want to see one in Dennis's pool. What a day that would be if it was in Dennis's pool.
Yeah.
A hippopotamus. They got canines that big. But you remember that was really popular?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Popular. I believe my sister Jackie, who is now 63, when she was about Quinlan's age, was walking around the house. Jenny Boyd was the author or the recording artist of the song at that time. Some of you might remember that, some of you might not, some of you really don't care one way or the other. But Jenny Boyd he had this record, it was at 45, and Mom would play that, and Jackie would want to know, she wanted to hear the hippopotamus book. She wanted the hippopotamus song over and over and over, and she'd walk around the house down there in Frysville, and on the farm singing, the hippopotamus, and she'd get it all mixed up. It's pretty neat. And I remember that. And that was the thing. And then he had another song. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. She didn't see me creep down the stairs to have a peep. She thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom fast asleep. And those were the popular things at that time. And then I don't know what time Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came along. That was Gene Autry. Somewhere at home in our archives, we have an original, what was that, a 38 or 32 or 30, what?
33.
A 33? The big one with the little hole?
Yeah.
Not the little one's the big hole. Okay. Of Gene Autry. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, David is so impressed today. He's excited to see what's coming down the road. Well, at 18, there's a whole lot of other things to think about. Once you get a little bit older, then you think about Black Friday and what you can save. It's never a question of what you can save. It should be a question of what do you do with what you save. Now we particularly, and some of us really don't give it fat rats. And I have to be careful how I say that. But there's some of us that really, there's some who just really don't care one way or another. They just say, oh, that looks good. I think I really like that. And that'll be okay, Brandon, and this will be okay, Billy. Oh, this is for this the new baby. We'll let the new baby have that one. And okay, I'm done shopping for Christmas. And then we get these, we'll get these questions. Are you ready for Christmas? What do you mean? Am I ready for Christmas? I went Black Friday and I did my shopping. And I got this cute little belt, I got this cute little button, and I got this nice little bottle of skin oil. Now we're set, now we can have Christmas. We had money to buy something. And then you have the other people who we ain't gonna have much of Christmas because we don't have enough money to buy anything. You don't need to buy anything to have Christmas.
Amen.
It's gonna be there.
Yep.
That part of the festivities, I believe, is a special thing for little ones. And anything after that is a plus. So now you've spent a lot of time studying on what you're going to buy Uncle Richard for Christmas. You might be in a family or in a group at a shop or something where you have Pollyannas. For the longest time, I thought Pollyanna was the name of a little girl in a movie. Pollyanna, and it's true. But okay, now I have Richard's name, and I've studied and I've studied. You know, I've been all over the place. Betsy's looked and looked and looked to try and find something. Well, she talks to Joan and she says, what do you think Richard would really like for a Christmas gift? And Joan says, any one of them dumb race car drivers.
Yep.
Amen.
I like Carl. Dale Earnhardt. And then there's a couple of them. There's a little gal in there, and she's not hard to look at. She's got a lot of money on her side, and she's never going to be a whole lot, but she's there. And but anyhow, Miss Betsy's decided, I'm going to buy this perfect gift. So she goes out and she waits in line for 2 hours at the Bass Pro Shop. Although you can't get one of those Bass Pro Shops. And somewhere she's waited in line, maybe Dick's Sporting Goods store, to buy this special gift. The day comes and they're exchanging the Pollyanna gifts, and they're so excited, and people put a lot of time and money into getting that perfect gift that that person, they just know, right, Betsy? You just know Richard is going to love it. Doesn't matter what Joan thinks. Just know that Richard's going to love it. I don't know how many times Christmas delivery truck would come to our house and they'd deliver a new washer or dryer. And Dad say to Mom, look what I got us for Christmas. Well, was that for me? No, that's for us. Well, actually it is for you because then you don't have to work as hard with a new washing machine. I remember those conversations. Let's get back to Richard and Betsy buying Richard the perfect gift. And he gets that thing and he goes through it. Huh. She later said, Richard, how do you like your gift? Well, that's really not my favorite driver. I don't like that guy. So now people spend all kinds of time and money on Black Friday to get things ready for the perfect Christmas gift. They save money, and a person's going to really love this gift. Don't you just love it? You buy somebody, you buy them a shirt or a coat or something, and they open it up and they go, hey, and they go, and got all over that thing, and then you never see them put it on their back.
Amen.
Never see them put it on their back. But we spend so much time and so much money and put forward so much effort to put together the perfect gift.
Mr. Bo,
Okay?
they have a new one now. They hire people to stand and wait in line for them so that they can get the best spots.
What?
It was on the news yesterday morning. They said, they asked this one guy, they said, what are you getting for Christmas, what are you buying? He said, oh, I'm just here, I was paid to stay and save a spot for a person, they paid me
Oh,
to
isn't it?
stay there in line for them. Yes.
If I'm around next year, John, will you stand in line for me?
That's a new one.
I'll give you $1.
I think this guy got a couple hundred.
Think about it. We spent his money, or we saved his money, got all this extra jingle in our pocket to buy the gift that we feel absolutely that it will make our little ones happy, or the adults in a Pollyanna or whatever, mother, dad, uncle, sister, cousin, brother, whatever, that'll make them happy. Right?
Yeah.
Well, ask yourself the question, will it be a gift of joy? Let me tell you a little gift of joy last year. I got this email from Eastern High School saying your child was picked for a shopping spree. And it was Elizabeth. She was picked. I don't know how many kids there was. Probably they were young, old, whatever. You think there was 20 kids in the bus?
About 30.
30? Kids, parents, and went along with them. The Lord Winter Township people, we went down there, and they got all of us, and we went to Target. Each one had a voucher, and there was so much money that could be spent for Christmas gifts. This girl right here bought something for everybody else. There's a song out now, all about that place. All about my faith, all about the place. Let me tell you, it's all about the heart of giving.
Amen.
It's all about the heart. That you're doing this more than it is about the gift.
Yeah.
Gifts are long forgotten. I still wear a belt from time to time that my mother got me for a gift years ago when Cape Horn Feed Store was right in the parking lot there where Wise is at Cape Horn. There wasn't even a light there. There were 2 stop signs. Run out of Yoke, one out of Yoke, and one out of Frankfurt. That was it. There was houses where Eckerd sits, or the Bi-Rate, or Rite Aid. Sub shop across the street where Sheets is. But I remember what my mama bought me, and I still use it. And no doubt there are some of you who still use a gift that was given to you. Now we're going to move on. A blessing is a gift. Ecclesiastes. Getting back to Carol. I didn't forget you, Carol. We didn't talk about what the lesson was about today. And in the contemporary version, Ecclesiastes 6:1, there is something else terribly unfair. And the troubles that everyone on earth have. God may give you everything you want, money, property, wealth, and then God doesn't let you enjoy it. And some of you don't even know anything about the gift. God doesn't even let you enjoy it. And then you read on. Then God doesn't let you enjoy it, and some of you don't even know it. That's senseless or terribly unfair. I hear a lot from the 7-year-old and the 9-year-olds. That's not fair. That's not fair. In our household, you will hear that from time to time. That's not fair. The songs that Carol picked this morning for today, the songs were talking about gifts, being thankful, and being blessed. A blessing should be, blessing gifts should be something to make you happy. Oftentimes, the value of the gift does not give us enjoyment. Think about some of the gifts you've gotten, and you're thinking to yourself, why in the world would Aunt Billy, Aunt Bobby Joe, Cousin Joe, or Uncle Bobby Joe pick that? It's like if Betsy would have bought a little car of Carl Edwards for Richard. She'd think she'd buy it for me. And I happen to like the Carl Edwards driver.
You give us one.
Happiness is what the first couple of verses here is talking about. Well, now you have everything, why aren't you happy? Translate it, paraphrase it. Today, and that's why I call it Black Sunday.
Another good thing on Black Sunday, you can get the expensive seats here at church cheap. In every show and every concert or every meeting you get together, most all of them, the front rows are the most expensive seats. In the World Series ball game, I heard a couple of them in the front row seats, they were paying upwards to $8,000 and $9,000 for a seat right down on the third base line. And so on Black Sunday, you can come in and get these expensive seats. Get these expensive seats cheap. But something about the gift. What is the opposite gift of enjoyment? Somebody care to take a stab? What is the opposite of enjoyment? Now, dissatisfaction. So many people are dissatisfied with so many things that they've been blessed with. There's not a person in here today that should be dissatisfied for what God has given us. And I told you the story a long time ago. A guy he was in our church in Florida, and he needed transportation. He prayed for transportation, and somebody gave him a 10-speed bike. He said, "No, I didn't want that." And so I said, "Well, it's transportation." He was dissatisfied. God answered the prayer, and he was dissatisfied with the prayer. Many times God will answer your prayer, and you're dissatisfied with the answer. I didn't hear any amens on that.
Amen.
We don't like the answer sometimes. It's just, when I told my dad way back when, "Dad, I would like a horse." We lived in a farm, 80-some acres. Plenty of room for a horse. We had pigs.
200 pigs, you got over 3,000 chickens. Those were broilers, and I don't know, about 300 or 400 layers. So Lord, why couldn't I have a horse, Dad? And I ask, and I ask, and I ask. And I remember the birthday on March the 2nd. I got a Schwinn bicycle. He said, we don't have to feed that. We don't have to clean up after it. Well, at 10, 11 years old, I didn't have to. Did I understand that? I didn't understand that. But I understand it now. A horse eats money and craps work. By what? Fertilizer. Oh, fertilizer. It eats money and turns it into fertilizer. That's a nice way of putting it. But anyhow, the opposite of enjoyment, the gift of enjoyment, is dissatisfaction, not satisfied with what you've been given. Listen, what God has given us. Betsy, do you get around as good as you used to?
No.
Why not? You don't have to use a walker. You don't have to use a wheelchair.
No.
Right. So I know you well enough. You're happy with what God gave you.
Right.
You got a nice car out here. I like that car. It's a nice car. You can take family and friends.
Yeah.
Then you buy a pickup like Dennis. And like Randy, you buy a pickup. One thing about pickups. You buy a pickup, you got friends.
Yeah.
I saw a guy's bumper sticker here some time ago. I didn't buy this pickup stuff to haul your SHIT.
Yep, I've seen that.
So, all too many times, we're dissatisfied with the blessings that have been given to us. This Black Sunday, when you come walking in this door, the very thing of being able to come walking in this door, and I'm being redundant. When I see the brown Buick, I'm happy. When I see the bronze, whatever that is, a Carol drives, it's a Dodge or something. Whenever I see that, I know that she's here, and probably the little ones are with her.
You mean Wendy?
Wendy, what did I say?
Said Carol.
No, Carol, you drive another little thing.
Hers is blue.
Nissan.
A Nissan. Oh, it's like a football helmet with wheels. But you get better than 10 miles an hour, don't you?
Better versus Lysa.
When I see certain ones here, on the other side there's another football helmet with wheels down here inside the church fence, then I know that Linda and maybe Fuzzy is with her. All right? And I know you're trying to get here, get early enough to get your seat.
Yeah.
But we're going to get something that's really exciting. Yesterday something took place that to me is very exciting. Brittany Larkins, man, got saved a couple weeks ago. And yesterday he asked Troy to baptize him.
Amen.
Now he and Brittany and the kids go to a Baptist church. And Troy and the kids and wife attend Tabernacles, an interdenominational church like ours that was originally started by a Lancaster Mennonite by the name of Gerald Gerstein. And that's how far that goes back. It's independent, far removed from Mennonite. And so Troy said, well, I'll go talk to the pastor of the church that you're going attending. So he goes and had a call a meeting with the pastor, and he says that about this so-and-so. He said, yes. Yeah. So well, you know he accepted the Lord. Rededicated his life to accept the Lord, however. But he's wanting to do right. And the pastor said, yes, I know. He said, and
he wants to be baptized. And the pastor said, that's great. Hallelujah. And then Troy says, but he wants me to baptize him. He said, then the pastor started backpedaling. He said, well, are you Baptist? So I said, no. He said, well, are you a minister? Or? Well, he said, my dad pastors a church and the bishop of a church in Pennsylvania and also churches in Africa. And I was ordained through them. And well, and he hauled and he hummed around. Here's a person who attends church on a regular basis and he wants to be baptized, rededicate his life, wants to be baptized. But the senior pastor is being a bit reluctant to do it. And Troy said, well, the thing of it is that he wants to be baptized. The outward expression of an inward feeling. He said, I could baptize him at our house in the pool. I could take him out there to the Gulf of Mexico and baptize him. Or I can take him to the Manatee River and baptize him. But he wants to be baptized in your church, in your baptismal pool area, and he wants me to do it, and I'm a man of God. Said that the pastor, he hauled and hummed around and said, well, I guess it'll be all right. If anybody says anything about it in the board, the directors, I'll just tell them about it. Well, Troy says, I have the certificate in case you need to see it. Oh, no. He said, I don't think you would go to this length if it was all a lie, just to be lying to do it. And so yesterday afternoon, sometime, I don't know what time, Troy baptized Scott.
Praise the Lord.
And I'm excited about that. That was a gift. That was a gift on Black Saturday. That's a precious gift. That's a gift of joy. And that's what we're talking about. Sometimes we think about the blessing, the gifts of blessings that make us happy, or wealth. That can be lost easily.
Amen.
All the money you have can be lost like that. No, not me. I've got my stuff. I've got my stuff together. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't have time to tell you the stories. Dennis has heard some of it in our 8, 10, 12-hour layover at airports. He don't talk much. I do all the talking. Money, honor, prosperity, longevity. These are the things that we consider that are gifts of enjoyment. But any one of those can be lost at a moment's given notice. C, a person who does not enjoy the gifts. A person who does not enjoy the gifts that God has given us. The very gift that you're receiving here this morning. You know, it's just SOS, same old service. That's what you heard, right? Same old service. Carol and John sing a couple songs, Richard reads the scripture, and Pastor Bob gets up and shakes his hand and goes on. And it's just SOS, same old stuff. Well, here today, somebody's learning something, or somebody's going to take something with them. If nothing else, Joe knows that Betsy's going to buy Richard something for Christmas.
Amen.
He likes that. A person who does not enjoy the gifts is a person that's stubborn and unhappy.
Amen.
Stubborn and unhappy. Man's wife got him a rifle for Christmas. And most times wives don't know what kind of rifle man really likes, and so they try to surprise him. Now Nancy's been spot on for me because she knows who to ask. I got one in my gun safe right now. It's a 25-06 glass bed, custom stock and barrel with a Shepherd scope on it. Nancy bought it for me for, I don't remember if it was Christmas or birthday, but it was a gift. And I like that. And I still like it. I've used it a lot to harvest things. There are some guys who are so stubborn, some people are so stubborn and say, well, I'd rather have a 243. It'd be much better if you bought me a 308 or a 25-06 or a 30-06. My daddy always used 30-06. My dad only ever had one rifle, 30-06. That's it. My daddy tried to see me. That's all. But there are some people too stubborn to accept the gift with joy. Might be a false face, but I'm telling you, on Sunday mornings, every Sunday morning is Black Sunday. It's a Sunday that you can receive gifts. And you know what? It won't cost you that.
Amen.
You don't have to put a tent up out here in the backyard and stay there 3 hours. You don't even have to pay somebody to stay in the tent till you get there. The door's unlocked in the morning. Just be here when the door's open.
Amen.
God has a gift for you.
That's right.
However great or small that gift this morning. Some are inhibited with the enjoying the gift. Some don't enjoy it because they have some type of restraint. Well, the church I was raised in, you'd have never had that. You'd have never had that. A couple of weeks ago, I received word that my sister received the baptism of the Holy Spirit.
Praise the Lord.
I was happy about that. We have people in our family that they would be reluctant about that. They'd be resistant to get that, even though it's Bible. There are gifts that the Holy Spirit gives us. There are gifts that God gives us. Now, whether or not I'm not going to get into the fact that from the time we're born, God already has these gifts for us. All we have to do is accept it, and that's a whole other different sermon. There are some that they feel guilty about the wealth that they have, or the good job that they have, or guilty about, I didn't deserve it. I don't deserve it. Some time ago, I don't know how long ago it was, a friend of ours, I talked to him about something, and because I met him at Giant Food Store in one of the times that Nancy taken me along. And I met him there near the fruits and vegetables, or fruit stand. And we get to talking a little bit, and he pulls out this picture. And he says, I don't deserve this. And so I'm thinking, what's coming next? And he turns around, and it's an absolutely beautiful, almost perfect 10-point buck that he shot on the last day. He says, I don't deserve that. Why not? You're a child of God. He loves the Lord. But somewhere he was taught that's vanity. That's pride. No.
Hey, I'm a hunter, and I've collected a few. I've got a couple of them hanging on the wall. And he says about that, and I just thought this, I said, you deserve that. How many years have you hunted and you never had a chance? You were a faithful hunter. You're out there early before daylight. I don't get out before daylight. I'll wait until it's daylight and then I can walk out, and then the guys who tramped in the woods 2 hours before with a flashlight stumbled around trying to find the ideal spot. They get tired of sitting there and get cold. They start moving, and then I'm just walking in the woods and bang, I'm there and I got one. But as all these years you have put in time and money, vacations to hunting, and you finally got a really nice one. And so many times it is with our spiritual gifts. Some people say, I don't deserve that. There's people who have a gift of healing, and they say, I don't deserve that. Well, maybe so. Maybe so you don't deserve it. But God felt as though, and the Holy Spirit felt as though you do.
Amen.
So accept it. On this Black Sunday, you've got a good gift. Accept it. I know our situation in our church. It takes a ruckus downstairs, somebody to slam the door. They finally fixed this manhole out here so you don't, when people go driving past. I know it almost takes something to wake you up and get you excited.
Yeah.
But be excited about being here at church.
Amen.
Come expecting a gift.
Amen.
You ever get a Christmas card or a birthday card, and every year for years you've been getting the birthday card from this person, and every year there's a check in it or some money. Come on. Has anybody been that lucky? Nancy and I have had that time too. I guess Nancy and I are the only ones that ever experienced that. You've experienced it, Betsy? Anybody else who ever experienced it? You'll get a card, a birthday card, and be some Randy, you never experienced that.
No.
Sandy, God,
Don't get
get him a card and put $1 in it. I'd say put a quarter in so you can call someone who cares.
My grandparents used to give us Christmas cards with $2 bills in.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. And so when you every time you get the card and you open it up and you're expecting it, and then you reach a day when you open it up
It's not.
and there's nothing there. And you even find yourself secretly not letting your spouse or anybody else around you, you're not letting them know that you're shaking it and you're looking in the envelope because you always got something. Every time you come to church, you get something.
Amen.
There is something here for you,
Amen.
something to excite you. Ecclesiastes 2. Why would I refer to Black Sunday? Today is a Black Sunday. Ecclesiastes 2, 24 through 28.
A man will do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in his work. This too, I see, is from the hand of God. For without him, who can eat or find enjoyment? To the man who pleases him, God gives wisdom, knowledge, and happiness. But to the sinner, he gives the task of gathering and storing up wealth, to hand it over to the one who pleases God. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind.
Okay, think about it. He gives wisdom, knowledge, and joy.
Yeah.
Now, the world's full of enough wise guys. We don't need any wise hammers. Mom or Dad used to call them wise hammers.
We have enough wise guys, wise people around. You're just like, I was sharing with somebody about our grandson, Adam, a doctor, and he graduated in the highest in his class, not only in Penn State of 4 years, but also in Virginia Tech. Two schools that have been in the news for the last 12 years with murders and sexual deviation stuff and all that. And he graduated top of both of them.
Praise the Lord.
And so I'm sharing this with somebody, and instead
congratulating or saying, hey, well, that's nice and great, that person went right on to tell them about somebody in their family. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't share that with you so I can get the history of your family. I'm just sharing that here's my grandson who I'm really dancing out both proud of him because we're as equally proud of him as we are of us.
Praise the Lord.
January is going to be in Shanghai for his company. February is going to be in Hong Kong. He's already told me, and I probably got it wrong, but the fact is he's working for a company. He's doing well. And I just wanted to share it with this person. But then they had to up one. They had to up me one. You show me a picture of your granddaughter, grandson, great-grandchild, I'm definitely not going to pull my phone out or my pictures and I say, well, are you following me?
Are you following me?
Because I'm thankful. I'm thankful
For what I have. And I'm thankful for these kids. Elizabeth's had almost 24 hours of quietness at her own man's house. And she came back, and it's full of life at our house. There's never a dull moment. You don't have a whole lot of chance of falling asleep. Or if you do, you don't have a chance of oversleeping in the chair. And that's a blessing. I'm about ready to prepare a letter, a note that I'm going to put into Facebook that these kids are at our house because of choice.
Amen.
That's right. That's right.
I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, and I'm talking about gifts, sick and tired of hearing people say, get rid of them kids.
Amen.
And then you and Nancy can live in
Nancy,
a small place and won't touch you. Sick and tired of hearing that.
Nancy couldn't.
It's our choice. We could say to our granddaughter, we're going to move into a 2-bedroom house. And that's it. Elizabeth can go back to Highland Avenue.
She could come to my house.
She can come to your house. Okay, Nancy and I are on our own.
We'll be happy.
Hey. Last couple of nights, the little guy crawls up to my lap, and of course, he has to watch Cowboys again. Kisses me on the cheek, and then the next thing you know, his head's going over. No. That's a gift. That's a gift that many people cannot and never will have the pleasure or the honor of accepting.
Amen.
Now, crawling around like this, big church in downtown in York, that never happened. I have to leave that where it's at. Get back to Ecclesiastes 2. Plainly talking about the fact that we have wisdom, knowledge, and joy that comes from God.
Amen.
Ecclesiastes 5:18 and 19. The best thing we can do is to enjoy eating, drinking, and working. I believe These are gifts. God's gifts to us. And no one enjoys eating and living more than I do, the writer is saying. If we please God, He will make us understanding and happy. But if we sin, God will make us struggle. And struggle. And struggle. And say, well, I must be a sinner. I'm struggling so far. Now, if you're sitting here and you say you struggled all your life, that's wrong because you're not dead yet. But for many years you've struggled. I hear an amen on that. I hear a yep, but I hear amen. We've struggled. You about get this straight, and we're struggling. I remember back, and I've said this once before, I remember back when I was a member of the Carpenters 101, the United Brotherhood of Carpenter Joiners of America, and right here in York. And I remember when we were at Peach Bottom, we went on like a 6-month strike, and we got $1 raise for a 4-year package. Well, we were out of work for all those months. Boy, how smart was that? But when we got the raise, I remember telling Nancy, we're going to be okay now because we got this raise. As time goes on, the cost of living goes up. But the gift that you get when you come to church on a Sunday morning, the gifts that you get, the gifts that you receive are everlasting.
Amen.
They are gifts of joy. They are gifts of enjoyment. And what does a gift of enjoyment look like? Somebody help me out. What does a gift of enjoyment look like?
A smile on the face.
Smile on the face. You can always do like T-Hawk. Gloom, despair, nagging on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, hanging on me. And we close with this. I find the page I want to read this. Boone and Julie live in Nairobi. There are people living in cardboard boxes, shifting, homeless, so to speak, and they're happy. Number 2, Reuben, the guy has a job, he enjoys it, he's involved in